Lately I've been staring at the dark. Turn my inner demons into art. Struggle with the pain inside my heart. Wish I didn't care about what they say. What you want to say, what you want to say, what you want to say, what you want. Say what you want to say, 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 what you want no one.
Gotta get up every morning. Big boss getting richer every minute. Oh no. Big boss, oh no. You gotta get up every morning. Big boss getting richer every minute. Oh no.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, traders. Another week, another dollar. How's everybody doing today? Thanks to Aisha Khan for the YouTube sub. Way to go. Welcome in, welcome in. Basically just took a long on ES as soon as we sat down. See if we can get new highs here on this again. Came down, testing something pretty significant here. So we'll see. And they gain the inside, so looks okay for a test back up to the highs. Let's look at the 4 hour here. Yeah. Just 4 hour continuation here on the ES, right? They had 4 hour closes above, so this should test new highs again. And really, they're probably going to take that too. We shall see. Kind of bitter about Bitcoin. We got stopped out before this thing started dumping. Had her stop in kind of a steep area. We had her stop here. They tested this pretty perfectly. A little bitter about that. I don't believe that. I think this thing is going down. Well, they're not. This is kind of. I don't know. I can't see them holding this, man. Really. Could be wrong, but I think we're headed a little bit lower in Bitcoin. Maybe they'll hold here. You never know. They're at a spot right now to hold it. But they didn't really gain this that much. They gained it a little bit, but not really. Just look at this on the 4 hour. This 4 hour looks a little rougher than the ES. They did fail this. So it's giving a little bit of conflicting signals here on the two futures markets. As the ES 4 hour looks like it's going higher, right? So we'll see. Just a small trade, one contract. Try to get to the highest, These guys, they came down and held, and they made new highs. Now just kind of petering out. Not really good trading situation here, They're trying to hold this 1 hour. They failed this, so I don't know. This one's a little bit more rough. Just look at the 4 hour on this. Yeah, this one's a little bit rougher to trade. They did have 4-hour close above here, so this should go higher. We shall see. Yeah, just trying to get a new 4-hour high, holding this 4-hour too, right? And holding the 4-hour swing. So this just looks like continuation up to me. Kind of got into this late. Would have liked to get into it on this order block here, right? But not that far off, so it's fine. Not too bad. It's okay. And then NQ did make new highs here. Should look at the LTC short. LTC USDT. And we did put out a notification on this guy. It's right at the level, right? We put out a notification here. So nice short going on there. You can see that here. Did put out a signal on it. Right here. 67 it was. So see if that plays. Just have a look at the feed here. Is this thing working? Make sure we're all good here. All right, that should all work then. Hopefully that works. really frustrating, man, about this short. Dude, we were in a big short and we got stopped out. You know, it fucking sucks. You know, it just makes me bitter when that shit happens, man. So anybody that missed the short, now there's another opportunity here to reshort. We'll see if they present that again. But really, this was the opportunity, right, to get short in this range. You know, crypto looking pretty rough, man. Honestly, if they don't hold this level, you know, there's a little bit something left down here to hold on to. So like the bottom of this box, they could still test. But really, if they just get a new box on here. Really, if they don't hold this, fuck, man. Like, honestly, look out. Like, this shit is, I wouldn't know where it's gonna go, you know? Much lower. The next level down's this stuff, you know? And then after that, let's just go to the daily. After that, it's really this 33. Man, if crypto went back down to 33, what an opportunity that would be. What an opportunity. You can see if it hangs on to this stuff over here. But like, you know, that's really grasping at that point. Grasping at straws. Let me take one more long here on ES. So we'll have two. Stop will be there. This is where I want to sell it. Maybe a front run of that by a bit. Something like that. It would kind of be the what I'd be looking for. We'll see if it happens, you know. Could just dump it more, who knows? If they do dump it, what's left down here? If they dump it, really the only thing would be this here, down here. That's already been done. Yeah, dude. There's not too much down here. They could bring it down there, but kind of think more of this would get tagged. Yeah, they already did that though. They did that there, so you know, I don't know. It's kind of just looks like it's good to go. It looks better than the NQ. The NQ kind of looks dumpy, but ES looks like it's gonna go. So this is kind of an untested level. They did test it there, but there is a gap here. So, you know, maybe they'll bounce it. Switch this over to the daily and this over to the weekly. Just want to have a look through some of the stocks here. Ugh, this looks terrible. Some of these are hurting. Disney in a great spot, man, really, for long term. Got into this one a little too early. Etsy at the spot. Fresh, basically at the absolute last spot here. Underwater in some of these things. This thing's still blasting. Have a pretty big position in this. still okay. MB still okay. Carmax recovering pretty good. So this is doing all right, and it tested. Marna, what a shit show on this one. It's too bad. I did take profits, basically at break even probably with the profit target. Now I'm recovering. This one's in an alright spot. PTLR basically at the failure to lose on the weekly level here. Should really take profits on this, man, and just be done with it. I've had this since like down here, dude. This one's a mess. I'm gonna need to look to get out of this position. Jeez, I'm probably down 50% in this thing. Not quite. This one held, but it's not looking good though. They did gain and they're holding, so we'll see. Hopefully these guys get back above here. Oh, some of these are just awful. You know, the stocks I never put tons and tons into them unless they're like a big company. Like Disney I have quite a bit in, Tesla I have quite a bit in, but like some of these other ones I don't have too much in. Like even if I'm down 30%, it's only like $100 or something like that, so it's not a huge deal. Warner Brothers again back in the range here, a long-term range, testing the absolute lowest level here, gaining the daily too out of it. So you know, this one I've been talking about this one for a while. It did have a big retrace after that first initial pump, but this one looks really good to go for long term. I might put some more into it. Varex at the last possible spot. Tesla looks like it's recovering, came down, tested the weekly. Not bad. Not too bad. I'll have to look over the portfolio totally and see exactly what's going on. Should I put one more into this? This looks ugly as shit. Hard to trade that, man. Like they put in the failure, played the first failure good, and then gained it, and then they held. So this looks like higher too. Even though they just wiped it out, this looks like higher. So for the initial one, they failed here, then failed it, gained it again, and then held. So this one could play. What's going on, Lev? That's all good, man. It's late in my neck of the woods too. I'm in Singapore time. I've only been on for like maybe 20 minutes. Not even. JG from Discord. All right. Appreciate you stopping in. See if we can get back to the highs. I think we're just going back to the highs today. Hopefully not a stop out before we go. Sucks. I got stopped out of this Bitcoin short. I had a short here. I had the level pegged, but you know, this right here, I was shorting in this area, and then this wick stopped me out. Sucks. Basically tested the move that made this swing perfectly. Bottom of the range test, yeah. Pretty good. Bitcoin looking pretty rough, man. Crypto, I think, is headed lower. You know, this guy's just coming up and failing the daily, and then starting to fail 4 hours after that. You know, failing another 4 hour here, so looks pretty rough. We'll see. Maybe they'll hold this second test on this. Yeah, I trade the ES and the NQ mainly, and then the Russell 2000 sometimes, and then crypto. ES is here, NQ is here, Russell's here, and Bitcoin's here. Got longs right now on the Russell. Basically, just when I sat down, I took longs. So the thinking behind that is, you know, they are at a spot to fail, but they gained this 4 hour, and they're coming back and testing the 4 hour. So, you know, maybe make a push to the highs first. And if they gain this level, then they're probably going to test this up here. This move, maybe even higher, who knows? This is kind of the next area. We'll see, hopefully. But because they had a 4 hour close above the swing, it looks to me like they're going higher. If they would have had a 4 hour close below it, then they had the chance to fail it here, right? They made a 4 hour close below, but then they held. So I think they're gonna head higher. Could be wrong. Pretty tight stop anyways, just at the 15-minute swing, so. What do you normally trade, Lev? Shorting the Russell, yeah. Russell looks like it's good to go too. I didn't look at it the longer time frame. Let me just look and see what's going on here. So it didn't quite get to the zone here. This is kind of the next thing on the Russell, right? On the daily, so not quite there yet. Discord. I would think we're gonna see a move to this in the Russell. Cool, man. That's dope. I've never traded commodities before, but I imagine it's the same shit as this, right? It's all charts, right? Apologize for the internet connectivity problems here with the streams, man. I'm moving from this place soon, in 3 days, so hopefully the next place has better internet. Because the internet here fucking sucks. Are we back? Just brutal with this internet, dude. The internet here is so bad. Fucking Bali, man. Bad internet. It's funny because in the, you know, in the place that I own here is the internet's fine, but it's just that, you know, the places that you rent are like, it's not, the owners just don't care to put in decent internet. Oil, I can look at it. I always just trade price action, right? So CL, right? Can I even look at it on this chart? So big gain on the weekly level, big gain coming back down. This is this would have been the level that I would have had marked out for the retest. I would have had this zone marked out for the retest. Let's just use this order block. So once it got down there is where I would have started looking for longs. So this is where it got down there. Hard to trade this on a higher time frame, I'm sure. Didn't really have any gains through that level, right? So down here is where they had the first daily gain, right here. So that's the first time they had a gain. So to retest to that level is where you'd be looking to get into it, right? That's kind of how I would have traded it. So I would have entered positions here and then aimed for probably here. So went a lot higher than that, but so what has it done? It's come up. Just a failure to gain on this daily. Failure to gain. So this is the daily order block on this swing, on the swing that failed to move to the high. So pretty good rejection point. And then the confirmation here, losing this swing here, and then the retest right here would be the entry. So that would have been the entry there. Targeting this, yeah. So in a kind of a good long position right now. So it's come down, like right here right now. Basically looks good for long. It's come down swept out the liquidity, but closed above. They had closes above, so they're holding this level, right? And then they gain this daily level here on this side, testing the low end of the order block. So this looks like a good long to back up here. So I don't know if that's you know, any help or whatever. If you, or like, you probably can't enter on, I don't know, like the CL futures contract is probably huge, I'm sure, on the so you probably can't enter on daily. Probably need to enter on like a 15-minute, right? But it does look good for higher. So good for higher, holding this level. Looks like they want to hold it. Just remove that for a second. So they've come down to the level, they're holding it, and they've gained to 15 now. So they've gained this. So, you know, not too bad of a spot to long it and target up here for the first PT. Probably this up here too. This it's kind of how I would play it. Decent area. Decent. But again, I've never even traded oil before, so I don't know how. I'm sure the contracts are huge. I'm trading the micros on the stream account right now. All my accounts are small again. I liquidated all my trading accounts to buy property here. Yeah, if you're swing trading on oil, then like I said, it's looks like a good buy right now. I would think anyway. It looks like our longs are doing okay. Let's see if they can push something out here. Taking the liquidity here, we could expect a little bit of a downturn. But really, I want to try to get to like the new highs here. I don't want to just take little. I'm tired of taking like little scalps on this shit, you know. I'm trying to do a challenge here, Lev, where I'm building an account from $500. So it's a little hard. Oh, you mean CL? Yeah, no doubt. A really decent spot for it to bounce, for it to go though. And like I said, it's even right here right now is not too bad. Just gained the 15, low in the range, so looks pretty good. I would be shooting on. I'd like to try to get back to 80. But you can see, like, if you look at crypto, it all behaves the exact same way, right? If you're trading CL or you're trading whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all. Do you trade price action? Like, do you trade with the price action concepts? Nice. So you were short CL from 90 from here, or from here, from this area, or after they lost the weekly. This would have been the short right here, right there. And you held it all the way to here. If I would have played this, I would have taken a short here, or tried to get short there, and I would have, as soon as we cleared this, I probably would have got rid of the whole position. But this would have been the long target for me. So CL taking liquidity here. This is a really good spot to long it. They could come down and test this though still, so you never know. Kind of already did, but MCLU. Oh yeah, I don't have the data for it. Lots of support near 70. Yeah. Yeah, there's tons. There's tons here. Yeah, there's, you know, there's lots of stuff here for it to hold on to. Yeah. I don't really play the news like that at all. All I do is play the price action on the charts. That's it. It's easier that way, you know, you don't have to worry about fucking paying attention to the world. The price action works so well on everything that I don't understand why you'd trade anything else. Like it's really the best way to trade. It's the easiest way. Power law curve? I've never even heard of that. I don't know what that is. Bitcoin I trade the exact same way as everything else. Just price action. The only thing I put on the charts are lines, like support and resistance lines. That's it. And then I understand how trend works, right? Like how gains and failures work. And where the inflection points are, right? Like you can take your crude oil example here. You know, this is on a weekly level. So when this lost this weekly level here, it didn't, when it lost that and it had a massive move below, that's a pretty good, you know, pretty good sign to short it when it comes back up. So the way I do it is I just take, you know, big time frame ideas and then small time frame entries trying to get the big time frame idea. So if there's a, you know, if the big time frame idea, like on this ES trade, for example, the big time frame idea is on the 4 hour. The 4 hour is just like, it's dead simple, man. There's 4 hour continuation play going on, right? They had 4 hour closes above the swing, came down, tested it. If I was here, I would have took trades down here, but I didn't get to the market until here. So, you know, all I care about is that this is gonna go higher than this, because it's, you know, there's a good chance that it is, because it had a 4 hour close above. Pretty simple. So put some targets up here at the next resistance points. One target on a clear of the new high. Next target at the next resistance point. That's all. Pretty straightforward. And then Bitcoin's the exact same way, you know. So Bitcoin is just like, if you look on the daily, it's just failing the daily continuation. It tested the daily swing and it started failing, and then it failed a 4 hour in here too. So like, that's a pretty big deal. When you tested daily continuation down and then lose a 4 hour, probably going lower. Now the good news is they did have closes above here, right here. You know, they had closes above that when they wiped it out. So at least they didn't have closes down here, but like they could still, that's just one piece of the puzzle. Having closes above is good, definitely. You know, they had closes above this line. To see this swing closed above, so you know that's a good sign for higher. But rejecting this daily swing is not good for higher, especially rejecting the first touch of it, like the first bottom of it, you know. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, exactly, Lev. That's basically it. Man, anybody who knows price action, like that's how everybody trades, really. You know, it's just how big of a time frame are you looking at? Are you trying to get a weekly move? Are you trying to get a 4 hour move? Are you trying to get a daily move? Are you trying to get, you know, whatever? And then small time frame entries, like 15-minute entries. Sometimes it takes you a couple tries, right? Like if it's coming into a weekly level where I think it's going to go long on the weekly chart. It's coming down, and I'm looking on the 15-minute, and I lose the first entry. As soon as we have another 15-minute gain, I'll just try again, right? Yeah, I don't know anything about the Nikki news. I think we can trade that too. And then because I'm doing a small account, I really have to watch my fucking account. It sucks, man. I lost like $600 last day. I had a stop. I missed a stop, and then I just looked, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I had lost a whole bunch of the account. Really, it's fucking brutal. I worked this $500 account up to like $2,500, and now it's at like $1,000. It sucks. Oh, the Nike crash. Yeah. So NQ coming into like the weekly retest tier 2, right? But this is a second test on it. We could see another big move down. but we'll see. They've already tested the main part of it. This is kind of the last failure to gain spot. Yeah, man, crypto moves like crazy. Some of these coins are just like they go nuts, and then you can also trade it on leverage. So like, you know, even if it has a 5% move, you know, you can trade it on 50 times leverage. Looks like this ES trade's working out okay. I'm gonna start trade. I don't want to take profits so early, and it's one of my big problems I've had with this account. Is just like, because the account's so small, you know, I just want to try to just take bigger trades here. So I'm not gonna take a PT here. I'm really just gonna try to play the 4-hour chart. This might come back and bite me in the ass, because I can have $50 right now. But it's okay. So I leave for Bangkok in 2 days, boys. I really hope that the next internet place is good. The internet at the next place is decent, because it's really been pretty trying here. I can't even stream to all the places. Yeah, you think it's a dead cat bounce? I don't know. Yeah, you know, it might be, but it's just like, you know, if you look at the weeklies, how many this chart doesn't have all the data here, but if you look at NQ1 bang, you know, the last 2 times that NQ lost the weekly, they just blasted it. Here they lost it too. Played it a bit, but then blasted it. So nothing really too significant. This one didn't even play. This one was a pretty big dip. So, you know, maybe they'll come back down to like this level, something like that. Yeah, do they? I don't know. I don't even pay attention. I did buy Trump media stock just on the basis that I'll hold it for a year and I'm sure I'll make money. I'm sure that guy's getting elected. I think I bought it a little too soon though. Here, this one. Yeah, I did buy it a bit too soon. I bought it around 28. I'll average down a bit on it. I want to see this thing back at $100. You know what I mean? Well, we'll see. We will see. Just gonna wait for like a 1 hour gain first before I start dumping more money into it. So we'll wait for them to gain something first. I should put some orders like way down here in this gap close around 18 or 19. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, man. All I know about is trading price action. That's it. Too complicated, man, to get for your mind to be looking into all that shit. Yeah, it's probably a good play because defense stocks are up. And I have a buddy who did that too. Good for you. Good for you, man. Yeah, I'm sure it does. I just don't have the patience to follow that stuff, man. Really. Say everything's so crooked, man. I just want to keep my mind as far away from that shit as possible, you know? That's why I moved out of the West. I live on a fucking tropical island, bro, where I don't have to worry about shit anymore. I don't have to pay attention to anything over there. You guys can fucking, you know, go fight whoever you want or fucking tax whoever you want. Yeah, I don't like options because I don't like decay. Yeah, it's so corrupt. I can't even take it. I couldn't take. It got to the point where I couldn't take it so much. I fucking left. I left the whole country behind. Also, for options, you can't really do price action on options. So that's why you can do price action on like the chart, and then like, I don't know. Like if I wanted to buy calls on Tesla, if Tesla was at a spot to bounce, then I could buy calls in the money. You know, I could do it that way if I wanted to, but it's just easier for me just to trade the. Yeah, exactly. The Greeks and the theta. Like I just don't like. I don't like things decaying. You know what I mean? I don't like that. So I don't know. For me, it's just easier to trade price action on futures contracts. You know what I mean? That's all I. Yeah, it is way cleaner. You know, it you know, it reflects the price action way better. Like on options, if you look at an options chart, you can't trade price action on options. You'd have to look at the underlying asset, right? And then sometimes it bounces, and then sometimes the option doesn't move. Like, it's stupid. I don't understand. That's why I was like, fuck this. This is stupid. I never had any luck with like buying out of the money calls or out of the money puts. I always just lost money on options, really. So I learned how to trade on Bitcoin and on futures, so that's kind of just why I'd always just trade these, because I know how to do it. I learned how to trade on it, right? So, and then stocks too, just because I have a long-term like retirement portfolio, right, that I trade stocks with. But stocks I trade a little bit different too. Like I just kind of buy, and I'm more a buy and hold kind of guy, you know, with my long-term stock portfolio. I want to get a bunch into Disney actually, because Disney looks like it's good to go. I have some, but I want to get more. Really, this looks like it's in the long-term spot. This and also the Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers really looks like it's in like the long-term spot, dude. You know, just basically hit the level at like $6 or whatever it is. So I think I'm gonna pile money into this and wait for like 2 years or whatever, you know what I mean, and just leave it and just see where we're at in 2 years. Hopefully we can take the liquidity back above this, you know. Usually I trade the NQ on the 1 minute. If I want to do some scalping, could have got one in here. And that would have been a trade if I was paying attention. Nice. Huge monthly yields are always good. Any yields are always good. I mean, like if you can make 50% on your money or 35% on your money, you're probably doing better than most. The vast majority of traders fail, right? What's CRF and CLM? Some of what you're saying is a bit over my head, Lev, really. Cornerstone funds? Yeah, you know, I don't know anything about cornerstone funds. All I know is where the inflection points are in the market. I know how to spot a failure and I know how to spot a gain. Yeah, I don't know how to play those at all. I've never even heard of them. The vast majority of traders just trade the ES and the NQ, right? Just because it reflects price action the best. The NQ is the best at it. Stable high yield funds. Yeah. For stocks, like I said, I usually just trade. I only have a long-term portfolio. You don't trade too much stocks. Like I try to look for good entry points to hold for a long time. Like hold for years. And then all my other trading is just futures and crypto. That's it. I like to keep it almost more crypto because where I live can avoid the taxes. Oh, that's pretty good. 40 to 50%, I'd say. That's great. You trade inside an entity, like you have an LLC or whatever. Sweet. It's awesome, dude. As long as you're making money. It sounds a bit complicated for what you're doing, but you know, must be easier ways to do it. Sounds a little complicated to me. I think I'm going to do a prop firm, honestly, because I don't, you know, building a small account like this is like, it's a nightmare. So I think I'm going to do a prop firm so I can trade with, you know, trade with some decent capital. Because, you know, trading like this is kind of a joke. I had an idea to try to build this, you know, $500 to $100,000 account. But you know, it's gonna take me fucking forever, dude, to do it like that. I might, if I can start with a little bit more. Apex, I don't know. I saw this other one that I thought I was gonna do. It's called Fast Track Trading. These guys are good because they don't have any fucking rules, you know. Apex and Top Step, they have a bunch of rules, like you can't trade at certain times of day and stuff like that. These guys are a little bit more expensive, but there's no evaluation period, and they don't have any rules. The only rule is you need to close your trades by the end of the day, and you can't lose more than 5% of the account. So it's all right. And you only have to pay one time. There's no like monthly fee. So it's, you know, it's decent. I think I'm gonna do this when I have a chance. My plan was to grow this to $5,000 first, this account, but that stop miss setback was fucking brutal. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Apex looks good too. It looks okay, but you just have to contend with the rules, right? Like you have to make sure that you do everything right, or like you can't even dollar cost average down in Apex. You can only dollar cost average down once. That's kind of stupid. You know what I mean? When I enter trades, usually I have three trades, or three or four contracts, and they dollar cost average down. You know what I mean? So it's stupid to not be able to do that. It'd be a kind of a nightmare if you spend all this time getting funded, and then you spend all this time earning money, and then you apply to get your money out, and they deny you because you dollar cost average down one time. My God, I'd lose it. Yeah, I used to have Interactive Brokers account. I got rid of it because the interface just fucking totally sucked, but now you can use it with Quant Tower. So I might go back to them. But honestly, like I only use that leverage. I only use those accounts, like, you know, I'm not in there every day. It's not like I'm day trading it. So for me, it doesn't matter. I moved all my stuff over to Quest Trade. And for me, like, it's whatever. I pop in there every once in a while. Like I trade stocks more on like a weekly basis, or looking for weeklies and dailies. Not too much news coming out today, I don't believe. Yeah, too much. 10 a.m. Wednesday's the big day. FOMC, 2 p.m. I won't be trading that day anyway. Yeah, man, you can, if you, it's great on the 4-hour chart, man. Like if you that's how I play it. I play it on the 15-minute for entries, and the 4-hour is like the idea. So the big time frame idea is the 4-hour. But yeah, it's great. Works fantastic. NQ really works the best. It's just that you need to have a little bit of a bigger account to trade it, because the stops are usually worth a little bit more. That's why I end up trading the ES mostly. Try to get an NQ trade in here. What's this worth? 6? No, we could. Yeah, you should really just trade them all, right? Anytime you see a decent setup, just take it. Doesn't matter what it's on. Yeah, you guys should come down, man. Look me up if you come. I'll take you guys around. Fuck, if you want, you can stay in one of my villas. You'll need to pay, though. The best thing about trading is you can do it from anywhere in the world. You're a newer trader and you're profitable? I've been trading for probably 15 years, something like that. Oh, that's dope, dude. It took me about 5 years to get profitable, and I lost like probably 30 grand, something like that. before I started making money hand over fist. You're lucky you picked it up fast. Some people can't pick it up at all. Yeah. Oh, I mean, like I said before, it doesn't really matter. It's all the same. I trade Forex here every once in a while too. I do trade the I should look at it actually. All right, Dixie, what's going on? More down on the Dixie, yeah? Ooh, took it to low. Probably move back up here though. Pretty good spot to buy it. Alright, so even when I trade Forex, I traded on the futures contract. Kind of looks good to short. Gonna try a short on this guy too. You left double equal highs or what? 65, 65. I don't like how they left equal highs there. I do not like that. This kind of looks like they're going to gain this. I don't think it's ready yet. I think one more push up. Put this guy over here though. Keep him ready. Keep him ready for me. Lots of shady Forex operators. Yeah, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I just trade Forex just through the only thing I trade on Forex is Euro, and I only ever short or long it depending on what the Dixie's doing. So that's kind of how you trade Forex. You just look at what the Dixie's doing. So the Dixie had a weekly gain, also failed this stuff up here, held, and then failed. So they really could take it lower than this. But it is at the low end of the range here, and they're in the liquidity gap here, right? It's liquidity gap, fair order or fair value gap here. So this is a decent spot for them to bounce it. Weekly fair value gap. So I think they could go back up to here, 103. I should just take a trade here on this. They did gain this, and they played the fair value gap already too. Worth a try, I think, man. Kind of be looking to this right here, and probably lower. Dollar milkshake theory? No, man, I have not. I have not heard of the dollar milkshake theory. That's a funny one. What is it? Brett Johnson. All right, I'll do it off stream. Helpful on some forex trades. I mean, yeah, you know, you need to just trade forex the exact same way you trade everything else. It works the exact same way, man. The price action all works the same. Doesn't matter what chart you're looking at. But you should get into trading futures, man. If you like trading, it's great. And if you're good at price action, you'll love it. The way I trade forex is like I'll look at the dollar and see what the dollar's doing. So if the dollar looks like it's gonna pump, then I'll trade whatever pair against the dollar and short it. So the dollar is in an area to pump, right? At least back up to here, at least something, you know what I mean? To pump, it's already gained the 15 here, right? It came down, it's testing weekly liquidity. And it's gained this 15, so it's also took in this fair value gap also. There's no more fair value gaps to the downside, so it looks like it's gonna pump. So I would think it's gonna pump at least to back up here, you know, at least. So if it's gonna pump, then the euro is gonna dump. Yeah, it sounds like you're complicating everything way too much, Lev. Like, I'm happy that you're profitable and it's awesome, you know? I'm gonna take a profit target here. And then we'll just keep one runner and we're gonna move this into profit stop. Kind of sucks that I have to move this stop into profit here, but give it to there. I just want to kind of leave it where it is. I usually get fucked by moving stops around, but I need to protect this account. And I have to keep runners at this point too. So we're gonna try to just get this as the runner. You need to adjust this too. Yeah, it'll still be profitable. All right, that's the rest of the trade on that. Let's see if this euro can just dump it for us too. That'd be great. Honestly, dude, like, I'm sure your way works, but this way is way easier. You know what I mean? Like, especially once you know what's going on. Like, if you understand price action and the basics of price action, the way I trade is very, very simple, man. It's not fucking hard. You know, like there's nothing. The only complicated thing about trading. Excuse me. The only complicated thing about trading, really, after you understand price action, is just the emotion that's attached to it, right? I might just pull the trigger on the rest of this trade. I know I said I was going to hold on to it, but I think I'm going to just close it off. We'll hold the euro. Cool. 87 bucks on the day. Let's go. Yeah, man, like honestly, like that's the main thing is getting your emotion in check. Like even me, I just pushed those trades where I know it was a 4-hour idea. I should be waiting for a sweep of the 4-hour, right? But because the accounts I'm trading are so small, that it's I also have to think about the account, right, and just always growing it. Leverage and arbitrage, yeah, good. I like it. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it takes that's the thing that most people have the most problem overcoming. Learning price action is not hard. You can learn price action in like a month, you know. After you understand price action, you need to get a hold of your emotions. That's it. Yeah, if you have good emotion control, you're going to be a very successful trader. That's the only hard part about trading, really. Everything else pretty easy. I I'm gonna put out a tutorial series on the YouTube channel, I think, about price action trading. Just all the basics. Yeah, if you're new, just keep coming back, man. That's all it takes. But honestly, learning price action is the best way to trade. It's really the only way to trade. People can, any indicator or whatever, like it's all garbage. The only good indicator is VWAP, and that's only because it returns price to the median, and it usually lines up with price action. And then I guess there's some fair value gap indicators that are okay too, but only because they line up with price action. That's, so if you know price action, you don't even need indicators. You see my charts, I don't have anything on there, just lines. Technical analysis is price action is a way to technical analysis charts. But also there's there's other ways to do technical analysis, like wrong ways to do it. A lot of people like to use EMAs and SAs, moving averages, and they call that technical or a trend line, and they call that technical analysis. Most people don't understand even what trend is and where what a trend start is, and where to even look. What's up, FTs? Yeah, one of the main things about trading also is risk management, right? You need to make sure that your risk managed is proper, or you're just gonna blow up accounts. That's why trying to grow a $500 account is hard, because you're not using proper risk management. You're risking like 5% per trade. You should be really risking 1% per trade. Sometimes I'm risking 5 to 7%. That's not a good way to do your trading, right? You should be risking 1% per trade. Even when you know what you're doing, if you're really good at price action, you're still at like a 60% win rate. So like almost half the time you're wrong. So, for those times that you're wrong, you need to make sure you're not losing too much. Yeah, like how you should do it with trading is like, especially when you're newer. Fuck, I gotta turn that off. especially when you're newer, is like you should be only risking 1% of your portfolio each trade. And then after you really know what you're doing, like maybe boot it up to like, maybe put it up to like, I don't know, 3% or so, or something like that. And I wouldn't really risk too much more than 3% per trade. But like I said, because I'm trying to grow this stupid small account. I don't really have a choice. I'm trying to do this with growing a $500 account. It's like it's impossible to have proper risk management when you're trading futures. But honestly, I really know what I'm doing. Like I've been doing this for fucking ever, so it's fine. Not a huge deal. But if you're new, like I said, you should really only be risking 1% per trade. Honestly, if you risk 1% per trade, you could turn $5,000 into $100,000 pretty fast, man, if you know what you're doing. Literally, I come to the market every day and I'm making like between $100 and $300 on a $1,000 account. Yeah, it's great. In 2 weeks, I've grown the account. Well, besides that, I had a stop that got fucking fucked last day, and I lost like, I don't know, quite a bit, maybe $600 or something like that. If it wasn't for that, this account would be at $2,000 in 3 weeks off of 500. Now it's at like $1,100. Yeah, my plan was to grow this until $5,000, and then also get a prop firm involved, and then just copy trade the micros to the prop firm minis, maybe, or whatever, you know, something like that, and work like a $50,000 account on the prop firm account. That's kind of the plan anyway. We'll see what happens. So trading kind of done here on ES now that I've taken profits here. So we'll see if they make new highs here. I don't want to take a trade here because they did hold on to the 4-hour level. In the 4-hour swing right here. Get this up, Jesus Christ. So they held this 4-hour swing and they made 4-hour closes above. So I really want to see them above this, and then at that point we can look for shorts. Yeah, you can copy trade 20 accounts. Yeah, I know.